Hello and welcome to week 8, Road to British. This is a deload week. Every 4 weeks I deload. So I'd basically just take out the heavy pulls. Seems to work really well. It's a shame because I do actually enjoy doing pulls, but it does obviously fatigue me quite a lot. And with the squats, I just tend to either do a little bit lighter or significantly less volume and heavier. So it's kind of one or the other. I either stick to the same volume but lighter, or do way less volume but heavier. And that seems to really work well with me. We were doing snatch doubles, so I've been doing them at 110 to 120. I think on this day I worked up to 25. This weren't feeling great. The lack of sleep from the last week carried over into early of this week. So it's only really Thursday on this week where I kind of caught up, I felt like. So first 2 sessions are a bit not bad, but wasn't feeling absolutely primed. This is 120. Sorry, it's triples in it, not doubles. And then I think we did 125 as well. Yeah, 125. 125 for a triple. It wasn't the best. It's a bit loose in the catch. It's not the best. It's not a million miles off where I was in terms of... I think my best is only 135, to be fair. Although, I've also done 130, 4.5, so it's probably about 140, let's say, but I've never actually done it. So yeah, not a million miles off, so pretty happy. And then this is just a rep at 90. Oh, this is a rep I slowed down. This was a rep I actually figured out. I felt like actually how to extend. So technically quite a nice rep there. Now on Tuesday we opted for the heavier squats. We did one normal set at 185, which I think was for a double. Sorry, triple. And then we started building up. So this is 215 pause squat. To 25 pause squat. My best is 230, I want to say. That's 225. And then I really got amped up and went for 235, which is a 5 kilo PB. 10 kilos off my best ever back squat. Doing pretty nice, so I was pretty happy with that. Like I said, still didn't feel fantastic. Was able to grind through a heavy squat, but in terms of like peak power production, I wasn't yet feeling great, as you can see by these cleans. This was the last set of cleans I did before I started putting knee wraps on again. And as crazy as it sounds, the knee wraps I felt actually made a huge difference. I was able to actually brace better. It's a weird one. It felt like I was able to push with my legs more and brace my back more. So it wasn't as painful, whereas these lifting off the floor was pretty painful. So. Did a 140 double that wasn't the best. It was a bit loose in a catch. And then yesterday, as in the week after this video, I did 140 for triples with knee wraps, and it was like upper E7, so. It's not bad, it just looks a bit laboured, and that jerk's a bit slow, and it's not the best. Wednesday, we did a couple sets of 8 at 87, strict press, I think 3 sets at 8. And then the sleep I felt like I caught up a little bit, and this next day, I was like a new man. And we were going for heavy jerks. I wanted to get a good sleep before heavy jerk. I knew it was maxed out, so I knew I had a good chance to push something. Honestly feels like the biggest thing holding me back at the moment is just not being able to get consistent sleep, so we'll try and work on that. But this was the day. This was really good. So 110 powers doubles, maybe triples, sorry again, keep making that error. With the pause in the catch. And then this is 170. I think this is when I knew the day was going to be okay. And then we went up to 180. And it was really nice, to be fair. It felt like we did leave it here after this. Mem told me to leave it there. It did feel like on this day I could have got to 200 again. Or at least kind of 195. It felt very light. So, getting back on track, still in no rush. This was the Saturday. This was a genuinely light session, just muscle snatch triples at 91. And then this was when I actually first wore the wraps for cleans. It was power clean. And usually I'd get pain lifting off the floor with the 100. But I did the 120 here and it just felt like, well, absolutely nothing. I was like, oh, is this the only reason, the knee wraps? And it just feels absolutely normal again. So that's a bit of a boost. Hopefully I can keep that going. Hell yeah. So, good week.